Hey everybody, it's Josh here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to change out a radiator on a 2003 Dodge Ram 1500 Hemi 4-wheel drive. Let me show you what it's doing here. My truck is overheating. Heat doesn't work. There's no heat. It's just straight cold. So let's go on and buy this radiator, and then I'll be back. All right, we're back. I got the radiator. I got some no coolant. I got 4 gallons at O'Reilly's. I'm gonna take this thing apart. Let me show you. I decided to go to one of my storage sheds that's on the outskirts of town. Just a lot of stuff going on in my house. You know, too many cars parked in the driveway. So let me show you guys real quick. Well, that's it. That's the Hemi. And I've got the it's really hot right now. I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit. But here's the radiator right here. So I have to take these bolts off here, over here. Take these 2 off. Take this off. I've got some hoses that need to be disconnected. I'll follow this right here down. I'll drain it out down here in the bottom. I've also got some bolts here that go to my fan cover right here that I've got to remove. So once I get it drained down and it's not too hot, I'll do that. The radiator will pull out, but I'll show you guys how to do that. So once it cools down, I'll be back. All right, the coolant is cool now. It's not hot. So I'm underneath the truck. I got my bucket here, and I'm going to show you guys where the drain is to drain all the coolant out of a 2003 Dodge Ram Hemi. It's right here. If you're looking at the truck, it's going to be on the right side, okay? And it's going to be under these hoses right here. I'll show you. The drain cock, if that's called the right thing. It's right under here. Righty tighty lefty loosey, and then I'm going to drain it into my bucket right here. So I'm gonna get that going and I'll be back here in a minute. Alright, we're back. So I removed the drain plug right here with my 420s. That's what it looks like right there. It's not that hard. You actually just pull it out and just let it drain out. Probably going to take a little bit, but while it's draining, I'm going to go ahead and get myself set up with my right size sockets to disassemble the bolts, and be back here in a little bit. Alright, it's still draining below, so I'm going to go ahead and start prepping some things. I'm going to start taking these hose clamps off. I'll show you how to do that right now. Take all these clamps off right here that are associated, they're tied into your radiator right here. I may wait a while on this one, so I've got one here, I've got one here. as we go around the truck, I've got this big one right here. See this clamp? You just squeeze them together with some 420s and take it off. And I'll probably go ahead and take these two off right here. Like I talked about earlier, take this one off. I'll kind of start, you know, taking it apart, and it is kind of getting ready for it while it continues to drain. So maybe I'll show you real quick. Get your 420s out. Clamp it and back it off. See how I did that right there? Backed off. Now I can probably take a screwdriver or something, or see if I can even get it to come off. Just put it on there. There it goes. See? It's really not that difficult. So I'll be back here in a little bit. Once it drains down more, and we'll go from there. Alright, I got a little carried away and I forgot to check back in with you guys. But in the meanwhile, I'll show you what I did here, okay? I removed my 2 bolts over here. I've removed the bolt here, right? Because the radiator, you can screw it in here into the frame of the truck. Hop down real quick. Sorry about that. I've unscrewed the bolts here. There's 2 right here. One back in here. Okay, and down here in the bottom, it was a bitch. As you can see, I've unscrewed it here. And then over here. It was a pain in the ass, absolutely. And underneath over here, bear with me. Here's this hose right here. See that hose? Had to unclamp it from the radiator. A little bit of fluid came out on that, not much. It did take a little while to drain. That's actually how much I actually had in my truck. Not much at all, pretty much running on empty. I've got to take a couple more bolts off to get this to get this fan cover off. Once I got it off, I can set it back and I can pull this radiator out. But be careful when you do that, because over here, I don't know if you can see, but you've got these lines right here. Can you see that? You got these lines here, they snap in. May have to snap them out. And what they do is they connect to this bottom piece right here. Oh, I'm sorry, they connect to the transmission cooler right here. We don't want to bust these lines right here that are coming out, because they actually wrap around the side of your radiator and they snap in. You just have to snap them out. So I'm gonna take off this bolt right here. Okay, I believe there's one right here, and there might be another one on the other side over here. Like I said, I've taken this off, the one right here off, and there might be one more down there, but I'm gonna take it off, I'm gonna pull it out, and then I'll be back. Alright, we're back. I got all the screws undone on this radiator assembly. Keep in mind, you've got a bolt that goes in here. Okay, see that? On the top left, okay? top right here, and then you've got one more that's right down here. Okay, you see that? This thing should just lift up out of here now. I'm gonna set this camera down. You can see a little bit more fluids coming out. I've kind of got it cockeyed a little bit. But be careful with your transmission cooler right here. You don't want to, you know, kink any of that copper. It's got a little bit more draining out to do down here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably. But yeah. Just make sure all your hoses are undone. You don't have to take this overflow all the way off. You can just, just take these top two off right here. I left the third one on. I left this back hose attached right here. I didn't do anything with my washer fluid lines. I just kept it hooked up. So I'm going to attempt to set this phone down and take this thing out. Alright, now I'm going to take this radiator out of the truck. It's still draining a little bit, but it's going to get dark here before too long. Just be careful with your lines. It's kind of tricky getting out. There's just so much shit. In the way. It doesn't help that it's like 20 degrees up. It's cold as fuck. Alright. That's it. This is what it looks like without it in there, man. Some guys on YouTube take that fan off. I wasn't gonna mess with none of that. So, yeah. This is what I was worried about right here. The transmission cooler. You got these lines right here, see? You don't want to bend those, kink them, none of that stuff. Just want to be careful with it. Like I said, I left that attached. Here's the new radiator right here. That's what she looks like right there. So I'm gonna slide this into place, and once I get it slid in, I'll get back on here. All right, now I'm gonna place the new radiator inside the truck here. So it's kind of tricky, I guess. I've never done it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So let me grab this radiator and get back up here. facing the truck. All right, make sure this is where that bottom left hose goes, right here. So you want to make sure that when you insert this thing in there, you're doing it correctly. Just take your time, be careful. Here's a plug right here on the bottom right. Make sure it's tight. And it is tight. I'm just gonna slide it back into place right here the best that I can. Fuck. There we go. Kind of in there a little bit. Hang on a second. Let me get down. As you can tell, you got this mount right here. Okay, it's going to mount on the frame of the truck. Now be careful down here with your tranny cooler. You're gonna have to maneuver this around your AC line right here. Okay, I'm actually gonna put the phone down. Yeah, I don't want to mess anything up while I'm doing this, so I'm gonna get this set and I'll be back. All right, I got the new radiator. I got it set in here now. Okay, I'm gonna show you right here. I've got it set. I've got my top screw in right here. Okay, that bolt right there. Show you. Goes in right through here. I've got that set. Okay. I set it on the other side. Right here. See that? Got it set. Now, if you paid attention earlier, get this down here, you can see, it has some screws that came out. Well, it's a different setup right here. These, now in this new style, they're gonna slide in. See that? They're gonna slide in the top and the bottom. Slide it in, okay? And once you have it slid in, make sure that you have your hose lines right here. You can see those still. Make sure you clamp them back to the radiator. And down here in the bottom, it's gonna be the same process. Okay? You're gonna screw them back in through here with your nut and your bolt. But it's starting to get dark on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these hooked up, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm back here. Just wanted to fill you in on something real quick. This right here was a bitch to get in here. I had to beat this in here with a fucking baby sledge, a mullet, and a flat tip screwdriver. Because it wouldn't get in there, man. It wouldn't go. Took me probably 30 minutes to get it lined up. I mean, the top one would slide in, but this bottom one was a bitch. Right, one other thing that I forgot to do. Make sure that you're putting these clips on as you go through, okay? So now I've got to stop and hopefully get this clip in so I can tie this back in right down here. Okay, because I've got to screw it back in right here. Can't really see it, but it goes into this clip. Make sure that clip is like this. snap it in there and screw your screw back in there. But yeah, that was a pain in the ass for sure. It was not easy to slide in. I mean, and that's as far as it'll slide in, because if I slide in anymore, I won't be able to get my bolt on this side right here to secure it. So once I get that tied in, I'll come over here and I'll tie this in to the bottom. Right back down here. See these right here? I'll pick it up and I'll snap it in here and I'll screw them back together. And then back, since we're down here, I've got my hose right here. I got it tied back in. I have to slide it on there and pinch this clamp and put it back up. Right here, I've got my lines. Hopefully you can see it. I've got them snapped back onto the side of the radiator. Like I said, be very careful with those lines right there. Don't snap them. Don't, you know, kink them or anything like that. So, and don't be a dumbass like me. They get fucking antifreeze all over the place, so you gotta lay in it in your fucking $150 Carhartt, because that shit don't come out. But anyway, I'm just kind of putting it back together slowly, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, I'm back. Had a few setbacks. When you get a new radiator, they may come with this. It's gonna come with this bag right here, okay? This bag are these clips that I was talking about. All right, these are junk. You might as well throw them in the trash can because they don't work, because they're too big for your little screws. All right, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to take these off right here. You see that? You're gonna have to take them off your existing radiator and put them on, because if you don't, all right, we're back. You can see up here how those lines are mounted into those brackets. They just snap in. Make sure that you hook up your hose back to the bottom right here. See how I did that? Put your bolts back on the bottom side here and right here as well. See how that mounts in there? Just like that. Okay. Basically from here, I'm going to be hooking up my hoses back up. This goes to here. This goes up top right there. Okay. I'm going to mount this stuff back up. Now I'm going to snap that fan cover back on. I'm going to fill it with coolant. And I'll check back with you guys then. Alright guys, we have everything hooked back up. All we got to do is add coolant now, okay? I want to show you real quick what I tightened up. Alright, we've got our overfill. We've got it bolted back down right here on those two bolts. I did not have to loosen the third one. We have our hoses here, hooked back up, as you can see. We've got our bolt mounted in right here. There's another bolt right here that you gotta mount on there. Okay. Let me hop down here. Fuck. We've got our transmission cooler hook. Got it all mounted back up. Now remember, that slid in there on the new one. On the old one, I had to take a couple screws out. So I have 2 screws left over. So I know I got all the screws back in, okay? What I did, and you may want to insist on doing it, is this screw right here. I left it out I actually ended up taking them back out because it made it way easier to put everything back together. The fan cover, you just lift it straight up, and alright, so everything's tightened up. Double checked everything. I got 2 bolts left over. That's because the new radiator, the tranny coolant, it slides in, doesn't bolt in. And I'm going to put some coolant in here, and I'm going to fire it up and see if it works. Alright, I know it's dark. Sorry, it's all blurry and staticky or whatever. But I'm filling this thing up with antifreeze right now. I would go with the manufactured requirements. I don't have a funnel, so I'm doing the best I can. I've got 4 gallons. That's what's recommended. I'm just pouring this in there the best I can. Get a funnel. Obviously, if you're hearing shit drip under your truck right now in massive amounts, you probably forgot to hook up a hose or something. There's 2 gallons. I'm going to pour in 2 more gallons, and then I'm going to fire it up. Alright, here's the last 2 gallons right here. Please don't fucking email me or message me asking you for any help, because I'm not that guy. I've never done this before. I'm a sprinkler fitter. I install fire sprinkler systems for a living. Fire pumps, backflows, install them, repair them, service them. I'm a small business owner, and I like it that way. Look at that. The lady sold me 4 gallons. She must have seen me coming. So whatever. 2.5 gallons of coolant, 50-50 premix in the Dodge Ram. I'll fire it up. I'll let it run for a second. I'll shut it down. I'll look, and I'll probably add a little bit more. Alright, this is it. I'm gonna fire this bad boy up, and hopefully everything's good. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. I don't know about all of us. So I gotta find my keys first. Here we go. I mean, it's literally, it is freezing out here. Kansas City, Missouri, December, it's pretty cold. Well, I like the way that sounds. Let's go out there and check it out. Alright, just get the truck fired up. I'm just going to check for some leaks, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Thanks for y'all who actually watched this video. And that's how you change out a radiator in a 2003 Dodge Ram 1500 Hemi 4-wheel drive. got any questions, please don't even bother to ask me, because I will not be able to help you out. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.